Morgana, Graves, Varus, and then Talia, Kaisa, and Aurelia. And then we will go ahead and start having the picks come through. Like we said before, the Talia and the Aurelia, 2 games that Xeno played, the 2-0 that he had over Maryville, we're off the back of those 2 champions. And they're going to actually snap up the Rakan there. Take it away.
A lot of teams, especially Xeno and Squad, enjoy being able to capitalize on instant initiations. They did it with Weaver's Wall all the time. Throw up a wall, even if there was an escape for the other team, they could get in for 1 or 2 kills. They like these quick hits. In and out, great pressure for Illinois.
And Rakan gives you so much, and I like that because it's a champion that gives you Xayah Rakan combo. There's Caitlyn you can pair with it. There's a lot that can go with this champion, but a lot of it is when you're ahead, Rakan just makes it so much easier to get the right fights. And you can see Illinois are saying they want engage. They want to force you to fight them. But that early Ornn pick, I'm sitting here going, Stumpy, he played Yasuo into this. He's okay with playing Fiora. He might just be able to have another pop-off performance here if that is an Ornn that goes to the top lane.
Xeno taking up Korean Danny's Caitlyn. Feels good. The 80 carries have gotten exactly what they played last game. That feels very nice, especially in that position. CSing quite fine, and
there it is.
Strong, and there is the Yasuo. Locked in for Stumpy on the top side. It got banned second phase with Galio last game, but he gets it. Game 2.
Yeah, and I saw the deliberation there because you have that as your last pick before the bans come through, and you really want to pick Braum against Ornn. But Yasuo also has Wind Wall, which will destroy the Call of the Forge God. So I really like this. So they pick the Yasuo here so it doesn't get banned away, but it also means Illinois still have to throw bans at Braum and take it off the table.
And they also can get top lane out of here. I'm sorry, mid lane now once more if they want. I have that Braum. What else can be nice and tanky or make someone tanky? Ooh. Ivern and Olaf.
Yeah.
Shutting down a bit of that aggression from the jungler utility.
Yeah, so having the Caitlyn and the Rakan means you have Engage, you have somebody that you can protect like Korean Danny. And Project One, when I got to talk to them, they were talking to me about his.
What they say about you, Zyron?
Everybody talks about me. Anyway, the Ivern is something that he is really, really good with, and he was saying like his teammates were saying he has like 100% win rate in solo queue on Ivern. It's just like this guy Ivern is crazy.
And that's when you look and he's played 2 games. No, I'm just kidding.
See,
it is good though. We saw it the other day, and it was quite scary.
Yeah, and when you're protecting something like a Caitlyn, it just makes it more frustrating. The shield lust, it blows up and slows, so making it so it's very hard to actually reach that Caitlyn. But now they're drafting some engaged tools of their own to reach Caitlyn with, like the Alistar for Dean, which is pretty good into the Rakan as well. It's okay, it's not awesome, but it's pretty good.
It's all right. I mean, last fight he was going in and staying in. This time he can do it even better with the cow. Throw down that will. Do we have Vladimir to the sidelines? We saw some bans coming in the first days of the college championship towards Vladimir. He's going to get locked in. Also saw some of that Nunu play. And does it go into the hands of Project One?
I think Nunu actually would be the pick here.
Get that AP
for him. Up against the Trundle, it's okay. You can go ahead and go into the jungle, but also you have 2 really good targets to buff up.
He loves Skarner.
He's going to swap into the Skarner there. Instead of going supportive, he's going to go for something that can at least contest and go for some pulls and put pressure. This means that I like this because if Stumpy goes in, you pull the Yasuo, and then it becomes their team Yasuo versus my team's Yasuo. Becomes the 0-7 version.
I saw as soon as you came up with it, it clicked in my head as well. Be a great initiation and a stop. Seeing University of Illinois have had that in their favor, shutting down Dean, shutting down the initiations, but they weren't able to shut down all of the pressure ultimately coming in from Columbia College, who are now on the red side of the map, playing basically the same composition with a different top and a different bottom. So the core in the middle, quite much the same. Get that Ornn back in, and quite a switch up here for Illinois.
Yeah, they have the same damage dealers for
the bot lane.
Same mid lane carry and same with the bot lane carry, but now they have split push potential. They have a way to go through team fights because they have Engage from Alistar, and then they also have the tank shredding of Trundle, which makes front-to-back team fights fantastic. But now I'm looking at the lanes, and I'm saying, Yasuo, Stumpy got to counterpick Topopotamus, who's one of those champions that he loves to perform on and have pretty much pop-off performances. The Cassiopeia, Julian got to play the same champion that they had a hard time dealing with when they got to counterpick it. Now, it's the counterpick themselves, and they're saying, okay, well, let's let's pick Vladimir. And the Cassio's really good into Vladimir.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Game 2 about to happen here for the semifinals of Collegiate Championship of 2018. Columbia College versus Illinois about to head onto the Rift, and Illinois looks to keep themselves going strong here. They need to get one. Last game was pretty tough for them, but they came out strong in the mid-game, couldn't capitalize on any errors that Columbia College was making. Columbia College looks to come into game 2 with a lot of momentum.
Columbia College, now I think this composition suits them a little bit better. Dean on something that can engage, and then they also have Stumpy on this split pusher. So if they get a lead, I want to watch Stumpy. He's always the guy that I love watching in these games because he's just absolutely incredible on the Fiora. And I was talking to him, I said, you played incredibly well 2 days ago, and he was like, I actually usually perform better on stage. And I actually went, what?
Yeah, right?
What are you talking about? It's like, that was near flop. It was like 21.5-minute game. It's like, oh, he took a, I bet it's because he took a turret shot, that one level 1 against Thorn. I think that's literally it. That's the thing that like haunts a player where you're like, I shouldn't have done that. That could have lost me the entire lane phase, the entire game. So definitely somebody who's hard on himself, but very aggressive player, willing to try and take those risks and make those mistakes, which then mean that you're going to improve from it, that you're going to learn from it. That's why I like watching Stumpy there. Oh,
Gold.
gold, but
Did he just share it?
no, he only went on to Trundle.
Word.
He didn't step on it fully as
Rude.
Yasuo. Something I do want to bring up, though, is Summoner Spellbook got changed. So now it's the swap it out temporarily. And so Vladimir's have swapped to Predator as their primary keystone. And the reason for this is you don't run Ghost anymore, because you would have run like Ghost plus... you would have run like TP Flash and then swapped it for Ghost, because that's your biggest weakness is getting into the team fight and flanking as Vladimir. And so it allows your late game to work. So now you get to take the Ignite for the lane pressure, and then the Predator is so that you can have kind of a pseudo Ghost to enter the team fight later in the game. And it's also quite powerful because it has extra burst damage on top of it to start fights off.
You get that first blast.
So it's more damage than it was before, and you get to have it, I think it's on a lower cooldown as well than the Ghost, so more access to it. It's funny how like when things change, you go, oh, this was actually good all along. It was just the fact that they really wanted to have teleport too.
Ooh, nice in. Good Guardian there as Noob doesn't take too much more damage, and double Predator as well for Project 1 and Xeno. So if they do want to target, Julian might have a hard time getting away from that first hit. Julian back to lane as he gets himself a ward towards the bot side. Quick pause here as the players get situated, and it seems like Julian is fiddling with his mouse. We'll get that suited up here so he can get back into game. I'm sorry. Yes, Julian.
Yes,
it was like the map is switched, but the side is switched. So I was like, oh no, did I say the wrong one?
Yeah, the map switches,
blue jerseys.
but we don't force the players to sit on the opposite side of the stage. So it's like every time just musical chairs between games, best of 5. You don't know
set up everything.
Then you'd like sit in somebody else's warmth after. It's uncomfortable.
I didn't know we were going there.
I was just saying. No, it was just thought about like musical chairs and that. One time you sit down. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, Columbia College, Julian. It's weird because before esports, I didn't really notice how many mouse issues there could possibly be in the world. It just blows my mind because I don't think I could have had like mouse issues ever with like multiple mice unless it's just like it's dead.
But we also might have those moments and just fluff them off because you're like, well, I'm dead. I'm waiting for my friends, you know, in the next whatever to play, or I'm cooling down. And you're at home. You're not going to be like, oh, my mouse is fine. You know, the next time you touch it, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh man, I need to call QC right now, guys. We can't play. So I think like it happens more than we think. It's just not something we actually consider because it keeps working. But right now, you're like, if that happens again, that's really detrimental. So I need to make sure that nothing is wrong.
So you're saying that we all have mice issues. It's just ours are really small in comparison to...
not even small. It's the way it's like, and how relative is it to you that, you know, you're just going to spawn to the next game, right? Boom.
Mice issues are relative. If I'm a pro player, a small mouse issue for me is huge for them because it matters, precision, etc.
Sometimes you need a big cheese to fix it. Sometimes you don't need a cheese at all. Looks like we're getting almost sorted here with Julian's mouse. As the players are going to be letting each other know they are ready to get into game. Not too much happening at the beginning of this one. Good aggression, though, from Dean. Still playing as he did with his first pick, Rakan, last time, which is now in the hands of Noob. But they instantly got that level 2 as you get the relic hits in. and he was able to aggress. The health has pretty much been evened up in that bot lane, along with the CS, so not too much pressure there, as it should be a cleanup for Korean Danny here. Actually, Korean Danny has fallen behind in CS. I correct myself.
He's fallen behind, but he still has a little bit of a wave to
Exactly.
pick up. And it's also the Alistar. Having the Relic Shield really does help you push the wave, get level 2 first, and then get zoned off with Reaper 2. Right, the Relic Shield means a lot. And there's the Minion Dematerializer as well for D. Just took out the Cannon Minion, which means they'll continue this pressure. Look at Skarner topside, though. Project 1, he's going for a gank onto Stumpy, who wants to be aggressive. So he's trying to shut down this Yasuo.
Oh, he just used his Q as well. He's going to have to get those Tempest back up. And the flash,
Look how fast that was. And he even sacrificed the Cannon Minion to do so. Stumpy was taking no risks on that.
Dragon for Columbia College, being on the right side. Good pressure in.
It's because they saw the Skarner on the top side.
Top side makes it even easier.
Go ahead, get the Scuttle Crab, get the Drake. That's an Infernal, too. That's going to help him out a lot.
Ooh. Stumpy's missing a few of his attacks here. Definitely taking a good amount of minion damage, thinking he can trade, but he'll be fine. Knows the fight wasn't going to be anything he couldn't take.
Yeah. Now he has to play with deeper wards. And you can see he even placed the most recent ward just a little bit further down in the river, because regular wards aren't going to see that. And there's the TP in Project 1, once again returning to the scene of the crime on the top side.
No way.
No flash. And
I want to see how much Topopotamus kind of just plays this one out, right? He hits him in the wall. Stumpy feels good. He does have his Q, so as long as he doesn't get stunned up too much. Oh, did he miss him? Oh, no, he got the stun in, but he's going to be good there. Stumpy should be able to get around the minions and kind of slalom himself to safety here. Beautifully done as he gets himself out. Project 1 as well, playing that as best as he could.
Yeah, that was really well done. And Project 1, he's still hanging around here. He has no flash. He blew his flash. Bucksack's now coming to the top. I actually think that you win this 2-on-2 as Columbia College. And he's going to walk up. Topopotamus has flash still. And this might be just the return.
Does he hold the pillar? He still has flash. When does he use it? He's going to hold it. And what a kill. The false sense of security. Having your jungler there, as soon as the jungler leaves, that's when they attack.
That has to feel awful. As Topopotamus, you have your flash, you have your TP, your jungler just ganked twice. You didn't get a kill on the guy who blew flash to get out.
Turned around.
And then it's turned around on the retreat here. The knock-up, so he can't continue walking backwards, even if he knew what was coming his way. And yeah, he's just dead to rights there. And that kill goes over to Stumpy exactly. You can see Bucksack saying, I do not want that kill. Get it away from me. Get it onto that Yasuo.
Oh, and that is why they banned it in game 1.
Yeah, and
you saw the slipperiness of it there. He could disengage a 2v1 and just re-engage it, play it safe, and not alert Topopotamus that Bucksack was coming.
Yeah, and the way that Stumpy played it afterwards is he baited the teleport out of Topopotamus because he made it so that the minion wave was frozen and had multiple minions in it from the previous wave. And so it forced Topopotamus to TP, which means Stumpy will actually have TP before him. And that could be a difference here. We see if Stumpy in the future is able to actually do anything about that or exploit that. But that's a window that you can use as a top laner. Like right now, he has a wave that's going to push. He can't help it. There's just too many casters in this wave.
And what a different game this is going to pose, most likely. We saw a lot of action, not already, but on Julian and Zeno in the mid lane. I think we'll see a bit different action this game, along with the split push coming in from Stumpy, obviously, instead of team fighting. But a much different game ahead of us here. Stumpy making sure things are safe. He wants to keep this pressure on. He gets his ward in, and he'll keep going to work.
Yeah, you gotta have appropriate warding. That's one of the things that people kind of forget about with aggressive laners, is it's really good and pretty much necessary to actually ward appropriately. You need to ward deep enough that you see the gank coming ahead of time, and that you control things like the Scuttle Crab and the jungler. Because if you're not controlling the jungler, pressing up is going to do nothing for you, because you're just going to be an easy gank target. And that's why they're controlling the river now. Ward in the middle of the river there for Columbia College, and also one on the top side, so they'll see the Skarner coming up. When you don't have those wards, those are the kind of the times you have to play defensive as the top laner, or call your jungler to come ward for you.
Yeah.
It's definitely a requirement, though. Something that I remember watching Kingzone/Longzhu from before do alongside Khan. Make sure he always had the vision. Give him the resources, right? It's not just the jungle ganks, it's the vision as well. Giving the resources to make sure they're safe.
And they actually just got a nice little bit of information on Project 1. That roam down from Stumpy saw Scuttle was up. Bucksack was taking bottom Scuttle. So they're like, within the next 10 seconds, he's going to be here. We have an idea of right where Project One is. All this information they're able to use on the side of Columbia College, as Noob is saying, yeah, they might be invading a bit. We'll keep that vision in. He has his flash from the last engage. Last breath comes down. Topopotamus blocked out by the wind wall.
Yep, got the wind wall there. The Stumpy also got the flash out of Topopotamus because he didn't even have his full stack Q. It was the pillar knock up into the R, into the last breath there from Stumpy. So
Quick fingers.
another good combo.
Not many people think of that displacement as being enough, or you see it, it's like, oh, trigger that? Yes,
Yeah.
I will, thank you.
Yeah, you gotta smash the R button real fast. Too.
Yep.
You gotta be on top of it. It has to be something that's pre-communicated, right? I'm gonna walk up the
For
pillar,
sure.
and then you go for it. So,
And it's great for them, getting Trundle as well at this period of time, in 8.9. They're doing very nice for
yeah.
themselves.
First pick for them on their side. They got Braum and Trundle. Make sure that they, or sorry, other side. It was Trundle Ezreal, Columbia College. That was a previous one. Previous game. Looked at the wrong champions for a second. But yes, this one, they did get the Trundle in the first pick alongside that Ezreal. Wanted to secure it. It's a very, very strong jungler. Beats most junglers except, I think, Graves. Nidalee also, but like mostly Graves. That one that beats him, but it's banned away.
Saw the bot lane just a moment ago. Korean Danny, Evan RL, 80 to 80. A lot different in that one. We saw quite a bit of pressure going back and forth. As I say that, here comes Project One.
Noob has ultimate, and he has flash.
How much CC you would not be able to get out of this one? A death trap for sure. And it looks like they don't want it just yet. I'm playing a little passive here to say, if you want to come up, everything's safe, we promise. Bucksack being seen here. Good ward, knowing the Topopotamus is with that flash down, going to get a lot of attention now. He tries to clear what he can from the wave, so he has a little bit of time. It looks like he's going to exit out.
There's 5 seconds on Bucksack's ultimate, so they're pressuring on this side of the map. Even though it's Cloud Drake coming up, they're going to go ahead and get turret damage instead. And Stumpy will go for proxying a wave here, or at least catching the wave, making sure that Topopotamus
Drawing
has
attention
really far back. Oh wow, Noob was helping out mid. He got tagged.
Good. Battle dance to Grand.
Does Predator? He used Predator.
Himself to safety. Both did. Looks like they're trying to get themselves into range. Not going to be much slow here unless he can get a pool under and keep himself there. Oh, the pull does come in. They're looking to take down Stumpy. Gets himself to a semi-safe spot, but no, he needs to stay in the fight and do as much damage as he can. A nice close in by Illinois after they got real pressure to the top side.
Yep, that flash from Stumpy right there, followed by Project One. Project One actually got it very early on him.
Good thing he has that teleport backup.
Yes. True.
Project One onto Rift Herald. Won't need any assistance. And Illinois starting off very much like they would, very much how they would like.
Yeah, Illinois, they want to shut down the Yasuo and make sure that Stumpy isn't taking over the game. But Julian, and you can see once they pressure top side, they're going to give you some wiggle room on the bottom side, and they're immediately going to use that. both Xeno and Project One very fast here. And Xeno autos, goes in, gets the pull there. And yeah, Stumpy pretty much dead there. Can't do anything about that.
That's why they love the Skarner every time. Bucksack tries to get at Project One, a fan of it. Get those initiations and those for sure kills. Now Project One has the Rift Herald, as we see Stumpy once again back in the face of Topopotamus and about a 55% health turret. Great damage coming in as Stumpy can get those cooldowns rolling now at level 8, almost having a level 5 ability once he hits it. Jungler's back to 59-59 on Raptor camps. Project One towards the top side. I think he's almost got to spend a lot of time up here as Raptors have been up for a bit, but he's saying, just want to make sure I can be up here if Bucksack continues to show himself.
Look at that. Look at that Skarner cooldown on the ultimate. 2, 1, ready to gank. He's ready once again. Remember, Yasuo, it's hard to actually get out.
Oh, no, minions, too many. Oh, he gets him. This should be enough damage. Stumpy gets himself back to lane. Last breath comes out. A few more attacks. The last hits are left to Topopotamus, and a teleport just being used. His flash was down from the last fight. He is getting pressure. Rift Herald top side for Illinois.
Yeah, on the bottom side, though, Columbia College will get that Cloud Drake, but this is great from Project One. First gank didn't work. Second gank didn't work. Got turned around. Lost his top laner, but now the Yasuo is 1 and 2. And we talked about it as soon as the Skarner was locked in. It's like, this is going to make that Yasuo have an awful time.
Yep.
It's the point-and-click CC, the pullback. The Yasuo cannot go in until that is down, and that's just when you reach the mid-game. The early game with these ganks, it's actually doing quite a bit here, so we'll see if this is the your team Yasuo
Yeah.
or if it's the enemy team Yasuo.
Absolutely incredible. Phantom Dancer's built for him now. We saw that even with pressure, last time Stumpy was able to basically make the maneuvers he needed to, get the kills for his team, and while taking a lot of pressure, obviously relieve the rest of his map, or the map for his team, they were able to do big things. Not this time. Now we have to see if Stumpy can recoup. Topopotamus was, however, in each one of his games, absorbing pressure very well. This game, once again, heads to the mid lane. Oh, no! The sun was in his eyes.
I mean, he used it when he was on the other side of the
Yeah.
wall.
He's
He
like,
had to walk
I
all
shoulder it back in.
Yeah. Like, because his point of origination is now through the Raptor Pit, he either stands there and doesn't get any closer to the fight to hit it again, or he has to like get to the other side of that horseshoe-shaped wall. Hold on though. Bucksack down bottom.
Barrage into ultimate. Dean gets the ulti on as well. Bucksack, he's getting so slipped up in the minions, he can't get himself to safety. The quickness keeps them alive as Bucksack cannot get it. Julian about to get the scream out. Twin Fang to Noob. Flash forward, gets him with the petrifying gaze. And they lock in Project One. He knows he had to go a little too deep for that, and it may have sealed the deal on his fate as well. Julian with a good amount of health. Great stop from Topopotamus. Julian gets the heal. He plays a very dangerous game and keeps himself alive.
That's insane. Julian gets 2 kills off the back of that, and then an assist, 3 actually to boot there. And they get the turret, they're back in it.
Insane from Columbia College. Snap judgment to keep the game going down towards the bot lane after so much action has been top the past few minutes. That's all we've been looking at. And things really turn up for them. 4-2 at 14 minutes in and a 2,000 gold lead. Let's see it again.
Oh man, this starts with Korean Danny being engaged on here with Noob off on the side. Korean Danny walks up, but he's the
Good
one
dodge.
who gets hit. Noob dodges it,
Yeah.
but Dean actually gets onto Korean Danny, gets the stun, and then they try to turn it around with the charm. But then Julian just faster on the rotation. He got the blast cone, so the Vladimir has to walk all the way around. Gets enough time. The root, yeah, the grounded meant that he couldn't flash immediately, and then the flash from Julian to follow with the petrifying gaze. The finish there. Then this is just the incredible part. Watch how everybody just kind of gets in here to assist. Dean with the headbutt pulverize, and even Evan RL
20 HP.
gets in there. That's so low.
Incredible, as well as Julian making sure he marked those first few shots on Noob, helped him get a bit of a phase rush around the, the cupcake fight in the mid lane. Dean.
They say you can 1-3-1.
Yeah.
We're going to engage on your primary team. And they're split pushers, the Cassiopeia and the Yasuo off in the side lanes, but now they're going to have to be forced to come towards that middle part of the map. Yasuo, it looks like Stumpy is going to continue to push, but yeah, I like that. The Rakan really does punish split push compositions because you engage on the non-split push.
Absolutely.
Stumpy, whoa.
That's not a good thing to see. I mean, obviously, he's mid lane. He has a lot of mitigation going in for that magic resistance for Julian, but holy moly, Stumpy is ahead of the game right now in pace. Pickaxe for him. He's going to stay in the bot lane and pressure up onto Zeno now as he has to be there. This is what happened last game. Last time, I should say, Stumpy was able to get Yasuo. 3 members chasing him now. What does this give the rest of his team? A lot of time to do things. And he's not even going down away. He's going to be able to get the last breath down. Zeno looks like his closest target, but he gets that blood rush in. He is able to get the nice Crimson heal.
Yeah, but that's where you go worth. Because 3 people had to deal with him. That's damage on the mid lane turret. Now you get to rotate to the top side. They may get this Ornn in transition.
Get back there.
And they might get the turret. That's completely worth it from a macro perspective. Stumpy gives his life for superior positioning because they send too many people to deal with him.
And he still has teleport up so he can head back to his point of origin, or I should say point of death, and do it all over again. Get to the team if he needs help, if they even need help, or even want to attempt Baron. Remember, we're only 17 minutes in. It hasn't even spawned yet. And it was University of Illinois to get Shelly. They haven't been able to capitalize off too much of that.
Yeah, they sent it to the top side. They got that turret down, but Columbia College just started putting Stumpy in the side lane that had that tier 1 still up. So they put him on the bottom side. Right now, a minute on the Infernal Drake, so he's going to want to shove out, go to the opposite side of the map, and then reverse the map one more time so that they can go ahead and set up for this Drake, unless he really just wants to walk straight there after clearing 1 or 2 waves.
Why not? Oh, they're going to hook up a little bit here. They see 30 seconds onto Drake. Ooh, watch out. Project One definitely wanting to fight. They said, we want vision, we want everything. And Stumpy is the target that they want. I feel like that would have been a flash stinger if they had the chance.
So it's awkward when you smite the Scuttle Crab when Dragon's up in 20 seconds, and your smite has
that was your smite, the second one.
60 seconds left on your own smite. So you hope they don't know that, but if they start the Drake now, Project One has no way to steal it, but it's a fight.
Whoa, last breath right onto him. The quickness will not be used. Project One now has Stumpy on him. Shots going over to Topopotamus. Columbia College has just completely closed down on this fight, and it looks like there may be no chance for Illinois to retaliate. A little too far into the turret goes Stumpy. Xenos finds himself in the flank, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to take for this one. He could be going down. Nice proto belt out, gets one last heal. Twin Fang comes in as the team tries to skirt in there and maybe get a bit of attention from Columbia College, but their attention is in the right spot. Priority now to Dragon, an Infernal, a Cloud, and another Infernal.
Yeah, double Infernal is huge for them. Julian now with a QSS had pretty much the luxury of going this item, and he's in a fantastic spot. Also, Evan RL silently doing what he does best on this Ezreal, getting into those item spikes. And sure, Stumpy dies again, 1-4-1, but his deaths have actually been really good for the team. And Topopotamus.
Forge God is down. Topopotamus really just a body kind of floating around here, trying to get someone to stop, and he cannot find him. They all are able to skirt around the engage, get to safety.
That's just frustrating right
It is
there.
frustrating.
Topopotamus is trying to get something to happen in this game with the Ornn. His ultimates have been stopped. He got stunned on the last one, and then that TP can't really accomplish anything against both the Alistar and the Ezreal, who uses the flash to get out.
It's got to be the Snap Judgment too, because that TP is not going to be matching a Yasuo who will absolutely crush once he enters that fight. And you can't be with him in the bot lane right now because he will just go through you as well. So, as you said, it's that kind of pull your hair out moment. It gets frustrating to try and sort this out for Illinois.
Yeah, and now, like you said, Topopotamus is going to have to go up against Stumpy, and Stumpy is a level up right now. I'm actually going to check pretty much exactly where the experience difference is. It looks like it is pretty much a full level there for Stumpy. Topopotamus, I think he'll hit 12 off this wave because it's so large. But now we're still looking at an advantage for the Yasuo in this split push, especially with the double Infernals behind him as well. Oh, and the QSS makes sure that he doesn't get pulled in. So could be greedy and go for, parts of the Infinity Edge, but besides, QSS is more important. He's gotten yanked into those team fights multiple times by Project One.
Definitely helped. They've been able to drop some turrets around the map. Also has pretty good CS with the pressure he was getting in the top side. Still waiting for those engages. You see the super fast Turbo Vlad, Shurelia's Reverie along with that Predator. Super fast Skarner as well with the Predator being able to Chrysalis. They have the ability to make these fights happen, but we saw the last one, Columbia College able to make it happen on their own terms. The retaliation isn't the best, but the initiation is a lot better for University of Illinois. They make it happen on their own terms, and they do find a target. Bucksack goes down first. Do they get Stumpy? There's the cleanse coming out from the Quicksilver Sash, and that may be enough for him to deliver the DPS he needs to in this fight. Last breath just tagging onto Project One. He goes down as the rest of University of Illinois run for the hills. One seemed to be too much.
And right now, they'll push up the mid lane because they don't actually have their jungler. This is the safest course of action here, but this will break the game wide open. Normally, you go Baron, but right now they're going in-hip. There's 15 seconds on Topopotamus, 20 on Project One.
That's the thing. I'd say University of Illinois can initiate, but Columbia College can initiate and retaliate with this composition, and they did just that. 22 minutes in, keeping that average game time quite low, at least to be in the base. They haven't finished just yet. There is still a lot of time for University of Illinois to find a way through this offense. Columbia College.
And that was so well played here. They used the ultimate from the Ornn.
Which does become a tell, right? It's kind of like they are setting up, what can we do?
Yep, they use a lot there to get Bucksack. Then they're not killing the turret. Turret doesn't go down, and the TP comes through from Stumpy, who's now on top of Free and Danny. And Danny has to kite away as Julian's trying to reach him as well. But they overextended. They lost their Ornn in that fight as well. And then Julian gets another kill, and he's just running rampant. He is 7-0-2 in this game on this Cassiopeia.
That's ridiculous. call it in, guys. Boom, it was on
Yeah.
sale. I just bought a full guys.
Yeah, he has only missed out on 1 kill in this game. Just a single kill.
Absolutely crazy. Stumpy chasing top Hippopotamus. Looks like the rest of the team will fall down through mid. Now it becomes the yo-yo offense and defense. Keep Stumpy safe by drawing pressure mid or towards Baron, and he can come fight when he wants to. Looks like that wave is clear. With teleports down, though, he'll actually start to approach the middle of the map a little bit sooner.
And now, the Baron bait slash Baron dance now begins. Columbia College with that 7,000 gold lead, the inhibitor down. They get to have the waves kind of do a lot of work for them.
Ooh.
Then they can always engage. They have Dean's Alistar. They have some pretty good combos inside of their composition here. Stumpy's gonna return down to the bottom side. Pick up the CS. He doesn't have TP though. This may be another Baron into split push. Remember, Columbia College did this to win both their games back on Thursday, where Stumpy was farming the jungle, picking up the side lane as much as possible, and then when his team baited Baron, it put them in a catch-22 situation where they couldn't answer the Yasuo, but you also couldn't start the Baron or try to get to it.
Right. Honestly, if it happens and Stumpy's in the base, if Evan RL teleports into the base, it will be the 3rd time they have used the exact way to beat a team with them teleporting into the base and that Stumpy Yasuo split push. They kind of just somehow find a way to open that window at the end of the game and get a team in the same position.
Yeah, and if you send multiple people to deal with the Yasuo, then you're in a position where
Exactly.
you now have to blow a teleport, and you also have to have people run up there. But now they've started it. I think they do this, not too quickly. They actually pull off of it because the teleport from top Hippopotamus was just blown. Now there's no way the Ornn actually joins. So the Ornn is going to have to leave the bottom lane. They're playing the cat and mouse game and saying, we know that you can no longer answer a potential Baron. Ornn is going to have to be in attendance. Ornn has to be up top. He's not going to shove Yasuo off the wave. You are putting Illinois in a situation where they have to pull the trigger, and they have to get the perfect engage, or else the Yasuo's going to take the base, or you're going to be in a position where you're going to lose the Baron.
We almost saw it right there in the mid, and we almost actually saw it a few seconds ago. So Project 1, Predator was used with Shurelya's Reverie. That's back up, but off of that cooldown as well, Xeno recently used his Predator. So waiting for those to come back up. We saw in mid as they went for a Snap Judgment. Hold off. They have to choose the right one.
Now you're going to see the backs here. Completions, I would assume, for Stumpy on the Infinity Edge soon after they get that Drake for themselves. Yeah, they're very, very close. And look at this top Hippopotamus on the bottom side. They see him.
Oh,
They're going to jump on him.
Wouldn't that feel so bad if you went down building?
They see him.
He's going to stay. Oh, he knows right here. That's the first good dodge. The flash is out.
Good Randuin's.
All right, yeah, very, very good. Keeps himself safe. I actually thought he was dead to rights on that one. And flash doesn't help, but he can still be there for his team to ult, and that's what counts at this point.
Yeah, he got the E off right in time before he got grounded. And then the Randuin's right on the edge there, so Stumpy couldn't catch up. But Stumpy's going to back, get his Infinity Edge. Exactly what he needs now, because now he's at that 100% crit, where he wasn't before. Now it's back to this game where Stumpy now has teleport, top Hippopotamus doesn't. And so you hold all the cards as Columbia College, and this is where it comes down to the execution and the macro play that they've talked about multiple times as one of their fortes.
About 1,200 gold in the hands of Julian. Has that to spend towards the Leandries at this point, but the team needs him on the map, and I don't really think he needs too much more damage. He's been positioning well to keep that happening. 10-6, 26 minutes in, and a 7,000 gold lead here from Columbia College. Just 4 minutes ago, they were breaking down that middle inhibitor, so it will be up soon. And we'll see what they can continue to do here on the top side of the map. It looks like Stumpy will join them for a bit here as he rotates in and out to draw pressure.
Yeah, because Ornn on the bottom side of the map has to deal with minion waves, no teleport to his name. Yeah, this is exactly where they're starting. They're starting Baron right now. You're shoving mid-wave with Stumpy, and he's rotating. Ornn can't be here. This is a 4-on-5. You get the Baron, or you get a fight.
Project 1, he's like, no, 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 not this way. Not like this. Gets himself away from a pillar. No tag there. Stumpy actually didn't want one Last Breath member either. It seems like he wanted more. Or wasn't in range, I should say.
Yeah, they actually
probably would have took it.
That's actually really good for Illinois. Normally that situation will tax you to the point where you have to give up something. But they don't force that.
Good pressure. That's a fight right there. They will absolutely go off of that. Xeno being at about 10% HP at this point. One Fang goes in. He's going to get a Crimson Rush heal back in. Julian low gets himself healed up with the Seraph's Embrace and the Quicksilver Sash. But does he stay alive? They're turning the damage back around. That's the double kill. A possible triple coming in. But Stumpy's going to pick up 2 more. And the third one comes through for Evan RL.
That was an insane fight. A clean ace for Columbia, saying they are going to take this fight. They're going to take the Baron, and they're going to get that inhibitor on top of it. That was clean.
Absolutely ridiculous, and it was all after a 1-2. Someone backed off a bit more, a bit more health off of someone, and they finally found about half of Xeno's health and said, "That's what we needed."
Oh my goodness, that was a fantastic fight. You're looking at the composition from Columbia College going, they know exactly what they need to do.
He should not be poking like that as well.
Yeah, but you talked about the last breath, not wanting to use it on a single person. You're right. Winwall there gets rid of the Ornn ultimate. Julian gets this turned around on him because he went for it, but watch Dean. Dean goes in, gets charmed, now he gets to help pulverize. 3 people. Last breath off that. Now you have the Yasuo ignoring armor. Goes in, gets the Q, the E off of that, and then he just gets both of them. That is a skewer if I've ever seen one. Made him a kebab.
You feel it. You see that coming in. You know he was slamming that ultimate button. Quickly escalating to 15-6 on that scoreboard. Evan RL putting out quite a bit of damage here along with Stumpy, but if they can shut down Xeno like they did, that fight, he died first and was still able to put out that much. If he lives, could be slightly different, but Columbia College is just choosing all the right calls right now.
Yeah, even the calls on the items, the QSS for Stumpy, QSS there as well for Julian, making sure that, you know, they don't get pulled in and absolutely obliterated, but now they have themselves Baron. This is where they've been strongest, is after split push situations, having that Baron and pulling the enemy team apart. And you can see 3 people top, 2 people bottom. And Dean, I gotta say, he deserves a lot of credit for that last fight, where he got that 3-man pulverize after the headbutt when he got charmed. Turn it all around and set it up. That Alistar, 100% part of the composition to set up the Yasuo.
Bot lane has been involved in quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
12 for Evan RL, or I'm sorry, 11 for Evan RL, 1-0-10. And his support participating in just a little bit more even.
Just watch the mini-map. It's like 3 people top, 2 people bottom. Look at the whole squad of Illinois. They just go, we need 5 people top to clear this. You're losing bottom. And then if they go bottom, they're gonna lose this. It just keeps going back and forth. Look at the mini-map.
You can see Topopotamus kind of shaking his head. You know, we have to sort out something. And the thing is sometimes in these games you have time to say, what are they doing so well? How do we mitigate it? How can we stop it? But with Columbia College having such fast average game time, you're kind of just saying, we need to throw this at it and hope it works.
Everything in the kitchen sink. And right there, Stumpy, he TPs just so he has higher time.
All right, so they are going to be able to get Bucksack on this one. How big does he get with Subjugate? He does turn around and get that off.
Xeno
in goes Xeno. Will he be able to throw down the ultimate for enough damage? Amplification, last breath to the back line. Double kill coming in. Triple for Stumpy. Looking for the Quadra. That one's going over to Julian. They'll finish off Topopotamus. Dean picks one up for himself at 2-0-15 on the cow. Having a great day, and Columbia College look to take University of Illinois to game point in this semifinal matchup.
Starting off with the 2-0, 1 more to go. That puts him at triple match point. The only thing that